Okay, we're live.
Okay, thank you, Mary. So let's call the meeting to order, and we'll do so by having a roll call to see who showed up today.
President Lanier,
I'm here.
Vice President Getz,
Here.
Commissioner Castellini,
Here.
Commissioner Thomas,
Here.
Commissioner North.
Here.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, as always, starting off with public comments, of which there were none. So moving on then to the minute approvals. The first one, we've had 3 meetings since our last official meeting, I guess, or whatever, normally scheduled meeting. So the first one for approval is the February 18 meeting minutes. Does anybody have any changes or alterations or whatever?
Mr. Chair, I don't have any additions or changes to any of the 3 sets of minutes.
How about anybody else? Can we do this? Very good, Jim. You're suggesting we do this in a group, huh? I like that. Any changes to any of the minutes of the special meeting or regular meeting?
No.
Okay, so can we have a motion to accept these en masse?
So moved.
All right, how about a second?
Second.
All right, Mary.
President Lanier,
Yes.
Vice President Getz,
Yes.
Commissioner Castellini,
Yes.
Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner North.
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, thank you. Great idea, Jim.
Everybody's frozen.
Yeah, I think he is.
I'll jump in until he gets back on. Next order of business would be the report from the Cincinnati Police Department. So perhaps we could move on to Officer Swingley.
Good morning, everyone. So I'm Captain Dennis Swingley. I'm in charge of the Special Services section. And today I was asked to provide information on French Park and Mount Airy Forest. So regarding French Park, on March 3rd, Emily Village dispatcher received a call. Who's the daughter of this caller reported that she was walking in French Park and saw a man carrying a rifle, and shortly after heard 2 gunshots. So Hamilton County Police and Reading Police responded. They set up a perimeter around the park and closed all the access points. They conducted an extensive search. They called in our helicopter and for an aerial search, an officer stopped everyone in the park. So a lady in the park apparently posted this incident on some social media, possibly the Pleasant Ridge Community Council type social media forum. And this appears to be a case of mistaken perception. Per the investigation, an individual had a long stick, a walking stick, and the noise is believed to have been as a result of some construction nearby, not gunfire. French Park was reopened, and the Cincinnati police have been doing directed patrols every day for the last couple of weeks just to ensure everybody's safe. So moving on to Mount Airy Forest, I don't have any specific incidents to report. I've talked to the District 3 commander and a District 5 commander. Now our vice unit occasionally conducts investigations in the park and make arrests during their investigations. But what I can tell you is calls for service. There's been 104 calls for service to Mount Airy Forest year to date. Most of those calls are for hazards, accidents, and the offenses are small numbers. Like the highest ones are theft of personal property, like 4 offenses, and thefts from vehicles. So that's all I have from Mount Airy Forest and French Park. I assume people heard me.
Yes.
Good.
Good, thank you.
Looks like we lost Brad. And I had a question while we're waiting for him to come back. regarding the report in Mount Airy Forest with 104 calls year to date, how does that compare to a year ago? Is that consistent with what we've seen ahead, or how does it compare?
I can tell you, all parks have seen increases in calls for service year to date. I think people are getting out more. It's starting to get warmer, and people are starting to get vaccinations. So I can tell you, all calls for service from all the parks have been increasing.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I'd like
Thank
to
you.
talk about the situation. Are you there? I'd like to talk about the situation at Twin Lakes at Eden Park. Do you have
Yep.
anything to report there?
No, but I can look into it. Do you have any specific information about that?
Well, there just seemed to be a lot of complaints from the neighbors about excessive noise.
Commissioner Castellini, I think if Jenny could provide a very brief overview of conversations you've had with the assistant chief about plans for monitoring the park this summer.
Yes, so we have had some recent communications. Actually, throughout the winter, we've been communicating to try to address any concerns that have been coming out for Twin Lakes. A lot of the concerns are related around noise. And so recently we have had communications with Assistant Chief Lisa Davis. And she has certainly confirmed that they are working on a plan to help patrol Twin Lakes with vehicles and other on-duty police officers. We have also looked into the feasibility of possibly putting police detail at this location. So we have received estimated costs for that, but nothing has been determined if that is going to be necessary. The speed bumps did go in at the end of the fall, and we would really like to see, as the spring season gets started, how effective those speed bumps will be, and if that will indeed maybe calm down the cruising, if you will, throughout Twin Lakes. So with the warm weather just starting, I know some of those concerns have been brought up recently, and we will also, as I'm sure you all well know, staff will be present more often since the warm weather is coming, and we're getting together the floral beds and litter patrols and seasonal staff on duty. So there will be more of a presence. So we're hoping that some of that presence will also deter some of this activity. But we will continue to be in communication with the police department and address any concerns as they arrive.
I know that Twin Lakes, traditionally in the last few years, the cruising and the grilling out and noise has been a problem, especially on the weekends, as well as Smale Park down along the riverfront. And I've been in contact with different commanders, especially the ATVs and the dirt bikes driving through the parks in the riverfront. So that's all being discussed.
I can guarantee you there will not be ATVs and motorcycles going very, very quickly through Eden Park. Those speed bumps are significant bumps. I drove through the other day just to test it out, and I'm not going to go back.
And what I've understood from the reports previously is that those were the issues that we were mainly dealing with. It was not that people were grilling in the park, because that's perfectly legitimate to do. It's the motorcycles and the speeding through the park. Am I right about that?
Additionally, the amplification. So yes, I feel comfortable. I personally feel comfortable going into the start of this season. I think that we have a good plan. I think we executed some strategies last year, which will carry over. And knowing that the police department is all the way up to Chief Isaac are committed to new strategies at the start of this year, specifically towards amplification of noise. Makes me feel really good. We have everything in place that we need to have as a department. There are park policies. They are actionable by the police department. So I feel good that we are executing another step in coordination with CPD. Oh, Captain Swingley, I believe you're on mute.
Yes, I said grilling, but what I meant was people gathering in the park, playing loud noise, music, stuff like that. Grilling is perfectly for families and stuff to enjoy the parks. We encourage that. It's just the loud noise, the excessive noise that bleeds over into the communities.
Any other questions for Captain Swingley? Okay, well, Captain, thank you for the update. Appreciate your service, and see you again sometime in the not too distant future.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Just FYI, everybody, I've lost my connection twice already. So I don't know what's going to happen if I lose it again and I'm supposed to be talking, but fair warning anyway. With that, we are going to kind of juggle the agenda a little bit and reach down from the bottom of the bag and pull it out on top then. And we are now going to go into executive session. And unlike previous executive sessions where we've come out and just adjourn the meeting, we are obviously not going to be doing this since this is about the third thing on the agenda. So don't know how long this is going to take, but stay tuned, check your connection or whatever, and hopefully we'll be back not in too much time. But I move that we enter into executive session pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 121.22, parenthesis G, to consider the employment and discipline of a public employee. So can I have a second on that?
Second.
Thank you. Mary, you want to do the roll call vote?
President Lindner,
Yes.
Vice President Getz,
Yes.
Commissioner Castellini,
Yes.
Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner North.
Yes.
Motion passes. And I will just confirm that the live stream is down.